America's largest reservoirs are running dangerously low. The reservoirs, which include Lake Mead and Lake Powell, are some of the most important water storage systems in the United States. Together, they help supply water to more than 40 million people across the Southwest, while also supporting agriculture, industry, and hydropower generation. Now, federal data shows 6 major U.S. reservoirs have reached their lowest levels for May in at least 30 years. Lake Mead, the nation's largest reservoir, currently holds about 49% of its typical water volume for this time of year. Lake Powell is even lower, sitting at just 38% of average. The problem begins high in the mountains. Much of the water that fills western reservoirs comes from winter snowpack. As temperatures rise in spring, that snow melts and flows into rivers, reservoirs, and irrigation systems. This year, many parts of the West experienced well below average snowpack, reducing the annual pulse of water the reservoirs depend on. The consequences can extend far beyond the reservoirs themselves. Lower water levels can reduce supplies for cities, limit irrigation for farms, and decrease hydropower production. Lake Mead and Lake Powell alone are central to the Colorado River system, which provides water and electricity across 7 states. One reservoir is in even worse shape. Texas Choke Canyon Reservoir has fallen to just 11.9% of its typical level for late May, making it the most depleted reservoir identified in the federal analysis. Scientists say the current situation highlights how vulnerable water systems can become when drought, low snowpack, and rising demand occur at the same time. More than 20% of the continental United States is currently experiencing extreme drought conditions, according to the U.S. Drought Monitor. While these reservoirs are not yet at their all-time lows, entering the hottest months of the year with depleted supplies leaves less margin for error if dry conditions continue. Learn more. 6 major U.S. reservoirs recently hit their lowest late May levels in 30 years due to a combination of persistent regional droughts, shrinking snowpack, and rising water demand. MSN+1. Federal data from the Bureau of Reclamation's storage dashboard tracks water levels across more than 50 key sites and flagged the following 6 reservoirs for significant volume drops, linked in El Expassini. Lake Mead NVAZ, this vital hub which supplies water and power to the Southwest, dropped to about 49.2% of its typical volume, around 7.8 million acre-feet. MSN+1. Lake Powell, UT-AZ, the second largest reservoir in the United States, fell to roughly 38.5% of its average capacity. MSN+1. Choke Canyon Reservoir, TX, located in Texas. This reservoir experienced the most extreme shortfall, dropping to just 11.9% of its normal seasonal levels. Facebook from Quarks to Quasars +1. Additional key reservoirs, 3 additional yet unnamed major sites in the federal analysis, also plummeted to their lowest levels for that time of year in 3 decades. MSN+2. The depletion of these major water storage systems places growing pressure on agriculture, urban water supplies, and hydroelectricity production across the country.